Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Candid Conversations. I am your host, the laid back, down to earth life coach, Aisha Israel. And today is Monday, March 14th. I missed you last week, but I thank you so much for coming back and tuning in again for this week's show. We have a pretty good lineup for you this evening. We have a boss chick by the name of Mrs. Felicia White. And when I tell you all, she is a boss chick. I've only known her for a very little while, but in the time that I've gotten to know her, I can tell you she is one of the most amazing and most humble people I've ever met. She has a lot going on, but you would never know it. She is definitely a servant of the Lord, I will say. She is a pastor's wife. So I guess I wasn't surprised to hear that, but I didn't know that for a while. But I'm so excited to bring her on. And of course, don't forget later on in the show, we have Girl Talk. So get ready for that. And without further ado, I'm getting ready to bring up this week's boss chick. Sit tight. Hi there. How are
Oh,
you?
hi.
Yes, you are on. How are you? I haven't seen you in a
I'm
minute.
great. I'm great. Thanks for
That's
the invite.
Yes, thank you for coming on. So, what I typically do with my boss chicks is I give you the floor for a couple of minutes just to introduce yourself to the audience and to let everybody know what you do and how you got there.
Oh, okay. Well, hello again. I want to thank you for the invite. I am honored to be on Candid Conversations, the Boss Chick segment. It is an honor and a privilege to just be thought of. My name is Lady Felicia White. Um, I am a pastor's wife. I am an author. Um, Working on my second book. Well, my first book is It's Never Too Late to Be Great. Working on a second book, Women Talk Too Much and Men Don't Listen. So I'm just excited. I'm just excited. My husband and I are business owners of Ruby Soul Food Restaurant. We're a franchise owner of Ruby Soul Food. And it's just like you said, it's just a whole lot going on.
Yes.
I just launched a prayer ministry
Nice.
for 31 days of March,
Okay.
March Madness, honoring women all across the world, women from everywhere, Kentucky, Alabama, Louisiana, Louisville, Kentucky,
Nice.
everywhere have
Okay.
been on this prayer line, just empowering women, reminding them of their worth, reminding
Okay.
us and giving us that daily strength we need in this month of March Madness, honoring women
Yes.
all over. So
And that
that's
is
just a
so
little
important.
about me.
And there's so much to get to know. So we're going to do as much as we can in the
Yes.
next 20 minutes, right? I'm going to try and pull all that information out of you. So
Yes.
I was very surprised to hear that you had written a book. I didn't know that. Now, the other two things I did know, but I did not
Okay.
know that you had written a book. So what inspired you to write that first book?
Well, what inspired me to write is never too late to be great. I dropped out of school at an early age of
Okay.
16. I
Oh,
dropped out of
wow.
high school
Okay.
and I went back at the age of 37. And I'm
Nice.
kind of giving you a paraphrase because I know
Yeah.
we're working on a time limit and I kind of want to get the meat of
Yes.
this book. So I went back at the age of 37 when I was at my lowest. And I'm like,
Mm.
this ain't going to happen. This just not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And the Holy Spirit kept telling me to do it. And I end up doing it. And if you ever saw the movie with Kevin Hart, that is my testimony when he went back to high school.
Oh,
And
okay.
yes, that is, when you see that
I'm
story,
trying to think
that's
of
my
what it's
story.
called.
But I
I've
went
seen it.
back
Yeah.
and I got my high school diploma at the age of 37.
Okay.
I thought that was it. I thought that was the end.
Mm.
But my husband was like, "Oh no, there's more. You have to keep going." I'm like,
Nice.
"No, I can't go to college. Oh my God, no, I'm good. I'm satisfied where I'm at." And I didn't see myself having more.
Okay.
And the Holy Spirit began to push me to the more, and I end up going to DeVry University,
Oh,
getting my bachelor's in business and management with
that's
a
not an
specialty of
easy
human
degree to get.
resources. Huh?
That's not an easy degree to get,
It sure is. Lord knows. By the grace of God, I made it through uh, uh,
Yes.
with flying colors.
Okay.
A part of the honor society.
Look
Yes,
at you.
God willing. So when you step out and you make one step, God will do the rest. You just need
Absolutely.
to get that one move, get that one feet up and make a move, and God will handle the rest. I'm telling you, that is my testimony. I just moved and I couldn't
Yeah.
believe how God had my back and what all he did for me. And to make a long story short, so that was at what, 41. I received my bachelor's.
Wow.
And this year, at the age 43,
Yes.
I will be receiving my master's in early childhood education. So,
Wow. Okay.
and then I
Congratulations.
was, before that, after my school diploma, which,
Yeah.
and I hate English, I hate social studies, I
Do
hated
you?
anything to do with essays and all of that kind of stuff.
That's
And
terrible.
I had the worst teacher that kept, well, I felt she was worse at the moment. She
Okay.
kept making us write essays. And I'm like, why is this lady making us do this? I don't want to write essays. Come to find out, the Lord was grooming me for a
Mm,
book.
okay.
And I share this in my book, like, y'all, I don't like writing.
Yeah.
I didn't like English. I didn't like it.
You just
But
did
you
it.
never know the
Right.
plan God had for your life. He
Right.
says in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the
Mm-hmm.
plans I have for you,
After you. Yep.
plans to prosper you
Yes.
and not harm you." Hallelujah. So
Okay.
anywho, I'm
You on
sorry, it
here
just comes
preaching.
out.
Okay.
But after
Yes.
that,
Mm-hmm.
that's when the Holy Spirit said, "You have to write this book." And
Okay.
the book was entitled, "It's Never Too Late to Be Great."
Now, how long did it take you to actually write the book?
I want to say I could have been done, but about a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, about a year and a half. And that was only because I kept pausing, I kept, doing other things.
Right.
Um, and I finally got it done.
Okay.
So that was like one of my babies.
Yes.
One of, I birthed that thing out, and I'm talking about an amazing feeling that's still over me. Every time I just look at the book, I can look at the cover and I'm like, oh, I'm so in love.
Now, hey, so did you self-publish or did you go through a publisher?
I actually went through a publisher. I
Okay.
went through a publisher. They kind of helped me do a lot. To me, it was like in between,
Okay.
because it's a lot that they did, and then some of the footwork that I did myself. So
Okay. Okay. Now, did they?
yeah.
I guess I don't want to spend too much time on just the book because you have so much going on. But did they give you guidance as to like how long the book needed to be or anything like that, or they just gave
Well,
you kind of like
that's
free
solely up
reign?
to the writer. That's
Okay.
that's up to you. They will give you some examples. They gave me some positive feedback and some
Oh,
negative
good.
feedback, because you
Okay.
need the positive as well as the negative.
That's true.
Because you don't want to be out there looking a fool. You don't want to
Right.
be out there. So that's what I loved about them.
Okay.
And they let me know what this will work and that won't work. You can kind of shorten this one up and add a little more here. So it was a blessing. And I actually met more people. So the next company is a couple that I'm considering
Okay.
for my second book.
Okay.
Women talk too much, men don't listen. So I'm considering. Yeah, I know they
I
talk, but
like right. I like the title already. So look, tell me more about that one. Ah.
well, this book, we always saying men don't listen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times they don't.
A lot of times.
And then what they say about us,
We
women
talk too
don't
much.
listen.
Yeah.
I mean, women talk too much,
Yeah.
which and we probably do.
Yeah.
But I'm going to break down some like biblical principles
Okay.
with coming to the median,
Okay.
meeting in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
with us talking too much and them not listening. Maybe they can listen a little more and we can talk a little less. And then
Mm-hmm.
we'll, have a happy,
Yeah.
middle
Meet
in
in the
between.
middle. Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's just like points on how we can tone down a little so that we
Okay.
can get them to listen,
Okay. Yes.
and vice versa. And then sharing some testimonials
Okay.
within the book as well. So this book is going to be definitely a fun book,
Okay.
very interesting book. It will be for couples and couples to be people
Okay.
that's looking for a
Looking
mate.
for okay to
Yeah,
learn
you're
how
gonna want
to.
to know
Yeah.
what to do, the do's and don'ts.
So now, did you write this from personal experience or just kind of like
Oh,
the general public and how things normally go?
both,
Okay.
both, and
Okay.
mainly personal experience, mainly
Okay.
personal. After I experienced it on my own, I would have been married um next year for 20 years. Next year's our 20th year anniversary.
Nice.
So my
Congratulations.
dang.
Nice. Mm.
Yes, 20 years going strong. To God be the glory. So I've learned something in those 20 years.
I am
I'm
sure you
taking
have.
notes. I'm
Yes.
like, oh my God, he
I would
just
love
won't
to.
listen, Lord.
That's
And I had to
funny.
pray. I had to pray. I had to, man, some hard days I had trying to get him to just hear
Yeah.
me. And the Holy Spirit said, well, tone it down a little.
Okay.
Um,
So it's
Love
good that you
erases a
listen.
multitude of faults.
True.
And we have to learn how to love hard. And
Mm-hmm.
that's in the book of Proverbs. When you love hard,
Mm-hmm.
then you can use that magical eraser, that
Mm.
love. I call it the love eraser because it erases the fact that he
Yeah.
just tuned you out. And you can say, oh, I still love him. Even though he just ignored me, you know.
Yeah.
And then vice versa, he began to work on himself. And, I'm going to let him talk a little in the book. I'm
He
going to
said
let
a
him say
little bit. He
something in
get
the book like,
yeah.
yeah, my wife is something else, baby. When she get going, and please don't tell me I'm wrong.
So how long
Because
is
we're always right,
how much
right?
space are you giving him to speak in the book?
Yeah, not
I'm
a
just
lot.
curious. I'm just curious. Okay, cool.
Just enough to speak up for the men, just enough to
Yeah,
speak up for the men, but it's a fun book. It's an eye opener.
yeah.
And that's just my personal experience. But looking outside of my marriage and my relationship with my husband, it was like God was feeding me the other people that was saying as I was hearing it. I
Mhm,
was seeing it. I'm like, oh my God, we have
mhm.
placed a stigma on each other.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
they they don't listen, and we talk too much. So
It's
this I
definitely
want to give
yeah,
too much away about the book, but
true. But
it's
I mean, I think just the title alone would spark a good discussion.
yes.
I feel like I'm already ready to talk about that.
Oh
Um,
my,
but I won't. So I'll let you get the book finished. Right? Is it you still
yes,
working on it?
I'm still working on it. I'm trying to be done by this year. Pray my strength. Yep.
Okay. Well, we may have to have you back so you can
Of
promote the
course.
book. Yeah,
Of
that sounds.
course.
I mean, I'm excited about reading it. I really can't wait. So
Yes.
that might be the topic of a discussion for one of our evenings. What else was I
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
ask you? Okay, so now about this restaurant. So I know you were promoting the opening of the
Yes.
the franchise. Well, what do you call it? The site, the
Yeah.
location
The
in River
location.
Oaks. How is that going?
Well, our first location, which we plan on open up a couple, but our first location is will be in River Oaks Mall inside the food court.
Okay.
Yeah, so we would be in the mall, and we actually kind of, well, I figured we did things backwards, but my husband said we didn't. We just, it was Calumet City. It was their fault. They held
Oh,
us
okay.
up.
Got
I'm like,
you.
okay. So yeah, we had to go through some inspections. We had to fill out some more paperwork that we did not know because they brought in new management.
Okay.
They brought in new management,
In the mall?
and everybody had to adapt to their new system,
Okay. Okay.
which they wasn't doing before we
Got
got
it.
there.
Okay.
So soon as we decided to come to River Oaks, now they wants to change things.
Mm-mm. Tell them they cancel that in the
So
name of
yeah,
Jesus.
but
They gotta move that out the way. But now look,
yes.
let me ask you this: who's doing all the cooking? Because I saw some pictures of the food. That it looks
Well, I do a little something. My husband is a phenomenal cook. Oh my
okay.
God, he throws down. So he would be doing some of the cooking. I will, and we're hiring. We're hiring as well help
Yes.
for the
Okay.
kitchen. We have our recipes. We're definitely going to stick to the format of the Ruby's recipes.
Okay.
Actually, my father-in-law is the founder.
Nice.
And yes, he
Okay.
is the founder um, of Ruby's. He's the proprietor of Ruby's Soul Food.
So it's been
And
around a while.
yes, I want to
Oh.
say about 8 years.
Oh.
hmm
Okay.
And
Nice.
there are many locations. Where, of course, Illinois, where we would be in River Oak, which one would be our location. But my brother-in-law, Pastor Lawrence Henderson, shout out to him. Whoop, whoop. He he has several locations everywhere, and so now he's expanding to franchise.
Okay.
He's opening up for franchise. So a couple of people have already franchised from him. So you have Country Club Hills, you have the 110th, which is the south side of Chicago.
Mhm.
You have the west side. You have the Thompson Center downtown.
Nice.
You have Kentucky.
The state.
Yeah.
Okay.
hmm You
I'm learning a lot here. Okay.
um did I say Louisiana? Is it
You
Louisiana?
did. I think you did.
Yeah. Where else? It's another Dalton. Dalton.
I had no idea, Felicia, that
Yes,
there
yes.
were
So
so
you
many.
must come on. It's on me. Come and dine.
Okay, so now you know I have special dietary needs. Do you have any vegetarian dishes?
I sure do. I
Okay.
sure do.
Okay, then I might be able to try something that you
Yes,
had that.
ma'am. We got a
Okay.
little something for everybody.
All right.
And when I tell you, I don't want to be at fault for you
Right.
trying other stuff you ain't supposed to be trying when you get there. So I'm gonna put
Exactly.
that disclaimer out there.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Yes.
So now with all of this going on, I mean, I'm learning a lot because I literally did not know about the book until recently, like after we had already booked this, because I was so intrigued by you opening a restaurant location. And
Wow.
so what I want to know is, and what I typically ask my boss chicks is, in your own words, what
I
makes
saw her. I saw McGee.
yes, what were in your own words, what makes you a boss chick?
What makes me a boss chick is because I'm myself. I've learned the value and just being you years
Yes,
ago.
authenticity.
Don't let anybody change who you are. Boss chick know her worth.
Yes.
I know my worth. I haven't always been there, but I
Mhm.
thank God that He allowed me to find me. To
Yeah.
find me out of every person everybody else tried to create me to be.
Mhm. You
I
found you.
eventually found out that I was worth more.
Yes.
You
And I
know,
think that journey helps you to embrace
Woo,
your status even more,
yes,
correct?
yes. So, boss chick is me. Uh, my kids, it's some more stuff about me that you don't you don't know. My children, they sing, so they call me Joe Jackson, the female Joe
Oh,
Jackson.
no,
So they
no.
call me boss chick anyhow. I'm like boss chick around everywhere, the church, the
I don't see you being
everywhere.
anywhere near Joe Jackson. That's not a good comparison. We'll have to talk. I'll have to talk to your children about that one. They don't know who Joe Jackson is or what.
Now that's
Woo.
gonna be funny. That's gonna
um,
be funny.
yes. So what I like to do, because we're getting ready to move into our next segment. Well, actually,
Okay.
you got a little bit more time because we're
Okay.
supposed to have a segment on finances, but our money expert isn't able to join us this evening. So, but I would
Okay.
like to ask you, for the aspiring boss chicks that are out there, people who are, looking to build, looking to get to boss chick status in their eyes, what kind of inspiration or advice can you give to them?
First, I want to say you're already a boss chick.
Mhm.
You have to learn how to tap into your inner man, your inner peace, your
Yeah,
inner self. And that only comes through prayer, through prayer, um, through believing in yourself when everyone else have cast you down and thrown you away. You have to know
absolutely.
that you are worth the fight. A boss chick don't give up. Guess
Absolutely.
what? Giving up is not an option for a boss chick.
Yes.
All right.
You're
You
absolutely
fight through
correct.
the tears. You fight through the hurt.
Mhm.
Listen, you even fight through the shame. Mm.
Yes.
You never give up as a boss chick. And I want you to know, if you're looking at this live right now, you're definitely a boss chick. You're a
Yes.
boss chick. A boss chick knows how to uplift other boss chicks. Hallelujah.
And that note, we're gonna pass the collection plate.
Right. I keep
But
saying
yeah.
hallelujah. It's a habit.
Oh no, that's fine. Yes, absolutely. You have to give praise
Be
where praise
yourself.
is
And
due.
most of
Absolutely.
all,
Absolutely.
yeah,
So
most of
now,
all, enjoy the ride. Enjoy
yes,
the journey.
yes,
Enjoy the
absolutely.
journey. There's a
Yes,
unique journey for each and every last one of us. And
absolutely.
God wants us to enjoy the
Yes,
ride.
yes,
He has not brought you this far to leave you. Just know you the one. You're the
yes.
boss chick.
And you know what? I usually tell people before I start, before I introduce my boss chick, to go get your pencil and paper, and I forgot to do that. So hopefully, the people who normally watch were already prepared, and I apologize to people who are tuning in for the first time tonight. I do. I normally tell you to get your pen and paper so you can be ready and write down this
Yes.
advice and all these nuggets. But our
Yes.
segment has come to a close. I thank you so much for sharing your story, and of course, I want you to come back when
Yeah.
that second book is ready to be launched.
Yes,
But
yes. I
I
would
mean, the
love to.
show is not over. We're getting ready to move into girl talk. So I always extend an invitation if you'd like to stay. I
Okay.
think you probably have some good advice to share. We're going to answer some relationship questions from some of our viewers, if
All
that's okay
right.
with you. Are you
All
good?
right.
Yes?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
sounds good. Well, everybody that's out there, let's thank Miss Felicia White, Mrs. Felicia White, Lady Felicia White. You have so many titles, author Felicia White, for holding down the Boss Chick
And there's
segment
more
this week.
coming.
There is. I mean, my goodness. But yes, such a wonderful journey that you shared with us. I really appreciate it. And we're
Thank
going to
you.
have you back. But so next up is Girl Talk. So sit tight and we will come back with the rest of our Girl Talk panel.
All right.
Oh, yes, it's time for Girl Talk with Dawn B, Latanya, Udania, and yours truly, your laid back, down to earth life coach. All right, ladies, it's time to decide. Would you like a question, a scenario, or a personal truth? Think about it, but whatever you choose, just don't forget the wine. All right, now, it's time to get this conversation started. Good evening, ladies. How
Good
are
morning.
you?
Hi.
Good
Hey.
evening.
Hey, are you ready for tonight? Yes? I'm so not used to seeing Miss Maisha with straight
Yes.
hair. That's a
Yes.
new look you have going on there.
It's
Hello,
it's it's
everybody.
barely straight. It's barely straight. The fro is fighting to come back. So
Okay. All right. Well, I would like to introduce the panel to all of our viewers. So our regular panel, I'm going to introduce Latanya. Would you wave and say hi to people? Thank you.
hi.
And Dawn B, who's here with us every week. And Mai Carter, who is currently sitting in for Eudania.
Hey.
And
Hello.
yes, and our boss, well, I'm Aisha Israel. I am the laid back down to earth life coach.
Whoop,
If
whoop,
you
whoop.
weren't here at the top of the hour,
All
that
right.
is my introduction. And our guest this week, Miss Felicia White, is joining
Hi,
us.
everybody.
All
Hey
right.
girl, hey girl, hey.
So I do allow. Does anybody on the panel have any questions for Miss Felicia White, who is an author, a pastor's wife, and a restaurant owner? Any questions? I know she had a lot of information. So it may come up during the show. I mean, especially as we're answering questions, you may be able to tap in. All right. So for those of you at home, let me go over the rules for Girl Talk. So if you haven't already, and excuse me, Miss Felicia White, don't listen to this part. Go get your wine. It's time for Girl Talk. So we're going to
I got some
discuss.
grape juice. I
Oh,
got some
okay, cool.
sparkling
Yeah, for
bunches.
communion, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to discuss some relationships over wine.
Jesus
So
juice.
how this
Jesus
works?
juice.
What is that?
Jesus juice.
Mhm. Okay. So anyway, so how this works is we have questions, scenarios, and personal truths. And every lady on the panel gets an opportunity to choose when it is their turn. And once you decide which one you're going to answer or respond to, you have uninterrupted time to respond. And then once you're done, the rest of us will chime in. And so, fortunately for you, Miss Felicia White, I usually start with the person right next to me on the screen. Are you are you ready to start? Do you have an
I
idea
guess
of?
I am. I'm ready. I'm next to you.
All right, I like it. Okay, so would you like a question, a scenario, or a personal truth?
Um, let's go with the scenario.
A scenario. All right, here we go. My mother does not like my husband. She has never liked him and never gave him a chance. She refers to him as that white boy. I didn't invite her to my wedding. I keep our interaction limited. At this point, I want to cut ties with her because I'm not going to allow her to disrespect him. I know she is my mother, but that doesn't give her a pass to be a horrible person or continue to have access to me. Am I wrong?
Mm, that's deep. So do
Mm.
I answer? I'm the answer.
You answer, and then once you're done, we'll add our 2 cents, 5 cents.
Okay. Well, I would say don't cut the mom off. I would say have a talk with her.
Mhm.
You know, just don't totally shut her off because that is mom. You only get one, and we don't get to choose a character or we don't get to choose how she acts sometimes. So
Mhm.
that's when I'm a prayer warrior. Of course, I'm gonna always run to that. That's when you pray and ask God to show you how to deal with that situation and making sure that you're choosing the right words and that
Mhm.
he give you a level of boldness. Because see, I gotta pray for one of them good boldness when I'm speaking to my mother. It's
Oh,
like,
okay. Okay.
I'm 42 and I gotta go in prayer before I talk to this lady. Jesus, she crazy. So,
Okay.
so it may be one of those situations. I would say just don't close her out. Don't close her out.
Mhm.
It may be a cry for help.
Mm.
Oh, it may be her feeling like her baby is being taken away from her. But that still doesn't give her the right, on the other hand, to be disrespectful to a young man that hasn't done anything to her.
Agree.
And just as that young lady, I would try to bridge my mom and my husband together. have outings together, try to do a little thing, together. So that's my spiel.
Okay. Sounds good. Did anybody else have any advice for this young lady? Do you need to see it again? No. Nobody has anything to say.
I agree with First Lady White.
Okay.
I agree. I will add that even though the mother is not handling it properly by referring to him as, that white boy,
right.
I would say to just be maybe when in having the conversation, be open to directly asking her, is there any specific reason why she doesn't like, because she may not be able to communicate or may not be doing it properly, but maybe there's something she sees or whatever. So it's worth asking the direct question, and then taking it from there.
That's good.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Both of those are really nice and logical.
Well, I mean, I totally agree with asking a question. Like, what is the issue? What were you going to say, Dawn?
The issue is clear. That white boy.
But the thing is, sometimes it's generational, though.
That's what I'm saying. She has a problem with a white boy. It's all in her phrase. If she's calling somebody that white boy, that means it's because he's white. And it's no talking. It's no amount of talking she could do. Either she don't talk, she's not married to the white boy, or she stay married to that white boy, and just don't call her mom until her mom calls her. We grown. I'm married. I'm with my husband. That white boy.
I just can't even imagine. Yeah.
I wouldn't shut my mom out.
I wouldn't cut her off. I just wouldn't.
Yeah, I would just. I mean, sometimes forcing things is just not worth it because sometimes people just have their minds made up, especially if they're older and they're set in their ways. So,
That's
like
true.
Don said, that white boy, she just does not like the fact that it sounds as if she doesn't like the fact that her daughter is dating someone that's white.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't shut my mom out, especially like for me, just losing people and how life is so short. Live life with no regrets. However, I would stop trying to force it. If just deal with your mom on your own and just respectfully ask the mom to not bring up the husband in a negative manner and just have that relationship with her mom without trying to force it.
I get that. Yeah.
Yep.
I get that.
I agree.
Yeah. Because it has to be a decision.
Why don't you call him that white boy and by his name? That white boy Joe.
What? No.
No. Like,
just call him Joe.
At least
right.
Old school black mamas. Child.
Yeah, that's why I said once people are set in their ways, it's really, it is.
Yeah.
I don't try to bring them down.
It could definitely be easy to dismiss it as it, because obviously she does have a issue with the whiteness. That's surface.
Yeah.
But is there something else? That's why I say ask the question, because it's easy to dismiss it as, oh, you're just prejudiced. But she may be, but
now is this mom in that? Yeah, if she's single,
if who's single, the mom,
the mother. You think that would have a play? I think that would have a play in there. Like maybe if she's single,
meaning she has too much time on her hands.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I honestly feel like it's
she ain't got no past thighs, so
yeah,
trying to run her daughter thighs off.
she wants her to be single too. Everybody be single.
But
all right. Well, I think
stuck in the ways is that's a spirit by itself.
Okay, so I think so what we're saying is that basically a conversation can be had. If there's a good relationship between the mom and the daughter, it should be able to be discussed. Mom should at least try to respect. I know she may be set in her ways, but
that's right.
I mean, tie it into the love that she has for her daughter.
That's right.
All right. Okay, LaTanya, you're up next. Thank you, Lady Felicia White.
You're welcome.
Tanya, would you like a question, a scenario, or a personal truth?
question.
All right. Do you trust your spouse to be alone with your friends?
Woo.
Where are they?
It does
Like,
not say.
are they planning something for me? Then of course I trust them. You know, it depends on where it. I mean, overall, I trust my friends and I trust my husband, but I don't trust people in certain situations. If that makes sense, like it depends on. It really depends. Like, do I trust spending the night and I'm not there? You know, it really depends. Overall, yeah, I do trust my friends around my husband. It depends on where it is though. Like, you know.
Yeah, I think it has
Tanya's
to
out
make
of town and Tanya's out of town and I don't have a place to stay. Can I stay over here?
Yeah,
No,
that's a
I don't
no.
trust that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if you did, if you trusted your friend or your husband up until that point, it's like because you made that suggestion, now we got a trust issue.
Right.
Well,
no.
Okay, so here's my deal. Like, for example, I have a group of friends, great, amazing women friends. We're all married. Well, two of them are married. Like married for going on 20 years now.
Oh, okay,
And
I'm like, what's married? But
married.
okay, got it.
I didn't even say married. I meant to say very married.
Okay.
Very.
For a long time.
For a very long time. And we have been friends longer than their marriage. So they married us too. So like
I understand that.
I
Yeah.
went over to my girlfriend's house yesterday. We went because she was going out of town and she wasn't back home yet. She went to go get food and such. And her husband was there.
Okay.
Which always happens. Like that happens. I'd be like, what up? Like, because we all great friends.
Right.
It's never an issue. And because I call someone my friend, I would trust them around my husband. And vice versa. Like, that's just how it is. I have a good girlfriend. I went out to Cali. She went to work. I was at home for half the day. I wasn't all up in a bedroom like, what's up, son? Blah, blah. Like,
right.
No, but it's not an issue. And I can't call you my friend if I'm going to have an issue like that. That's it. Period. Right. No, nothing. And because I hang out, and especially in the work I do, I'm usually hanging out with somebody's husband. Like, Aisha, this is how we met. I knew your husband before.
Yeah, but you guys go way back to high school.
Right. See what I'm saying? And I'm just like, oh. But then I'm like, yo, make sure you tell Aisha. If anything comes up, please do have her call me. Give her my number. What's her number? Like, because I don't want any issues. I know the level of comfort.
I think you and I talked. I mean, you may have talked to him, but I know that you and I talked. You're like, I'm just gone.
It's nothing but love over here. I just want you to have, and because I know what it feels like. So I wanted it to be an open line of communication. Like, if for anything, if you have a question, if you think I am inappropriate, you call me. I will fix it. I don't play that.
Yeah. I love that.
I don't like it. I don't like that uncomfortable feeling because I'm going to take both of y'all out.
Girl, okay, don't start with me.
I love that. I love that about you. I believe in boundaries. Setting those boundaries. My friends, they know. They automatically know. It's like something we've never really talked about, and we just know the boundaries. You know, real friends, we just know. And as we're talking, I'm like, I don't think we ever had conversations like this because we just know, like, okay, don't go that far, or no, you're not spending the night over there and sis ain't there. You know, just certain things like that. You just know that's a no. One of my golden rules that I've been raised like this: it can only be one woman in this house.
Oh, in the house.
Only one woman can live in this house. So I would help you. I would probably pay your rent. Then let you stay here. That's just how I was raised. It's like,
well, I think it's so much you can definitely trust your husband and trust your friends, but don't trust certain situations.
Right.
Don't
That's
trust
good.
the devil. I mean, you know what I mean? Like
That's
if
good.
you leave a door open,
Come on.
you know what I mean? So yeah,
Mhm.
there have to be even unspoken, but definitely boundaries,
Boundaries.
understandings, right? So
Mhm.
I would never, like Dawn says, I would never want to be in a position where I'm going to make somebody's wife feel uncomfortable.
Right.
I don't want there to be any doubt.
Right.
So I feel like
Mhm.
those are the things that you set those up. Like, okay, you can trust me because I'm not gonna, if it's getting late and wifey sleepy, I'm gonna just go home. You know what I mean? I
Right.
don't want you to think
Automatic.
yeah, I'm good. Time's
Yeah.
up for me,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Get on.
Yeah.
Tabs up.
I don't want you questioning nothing.
Yeah. I
I know
agree.
that's right. That's
I
me.
agree. I agree that there definitely has to be boundaries, and I don't
Mhm.
think it has anything to do with trust. Honestly, it has more to do with human nature,
Mhm.
just the appearance of evil and all that kind of stuff. Now, if we all at the house and I got to go to the kitchen to do something, do I trust to leave my friends in the room? Of course,
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
Come
they
on, babe, you
they're
gotta
my
come to the
friends.
Right.
I
Right,
don't
we
be
all
there
go
with
to the kitchen.
like come on, like that type of stuff, yes. But
Yeah.
if we're talking about anything deeper, like I do think that there's a problem with, and I've said this plenty of times before, just on other platforms, that if a couple always has friends around, I'm sorry, there's a problem. If friends are always at the house every weekend, if every vacation
Right.
friends are around, if the husband and wives are kicking it with other
Mhm.
whatevers, I don't, it to me, you can start getting into gray areas, and to me
Yeah.
that's less
I'm
about
confused.
trust and more so
Mhm.
about wisdom.
Mhm.
So
Huh?
that's my 2 cents on it. And in the past, I did
I'm
not
listening.
have any thoughts about that
Exactly.
stuff until I had a betrayal that I never saw coming. So
Mhm.
it kind of changed my mindset about some things.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you do really have to take it case by case, but just use wisdom overall. And with true friends, they're not going to even question whether you trust, whether it's a trust thing. It's just like, nah, it's a wisdom thing. We don't even have to talk about it.
That's
Like
right.
either way,
Mhm.
So
That's right.
I got confused.
Yeah. Yeah. They can get
So,
deep.
what you have a question, Dawn?
I didn't understand the part if you always have your friends around. It's a problem.
if for instance, every time you socialize, like okay, every weekend we kicking it, everybody's off work, and you all friends are always at the house, the husband and wife are never together, I personally feel like there's an issue. There's an
Oh, so
issue
you mean the husband and okay, I missed that part. The husband and wife are not together.
there. When I say no, I mean they can't
Always
just be
other
alone
people.
together.
Yeah.
Friends
Right.
are
Right.
always
They're
around,
always
or
there.
they always have to
Oh, I
socialize
see.
with
Yeah.
them.
They be
Okay.
alone. They be alone until we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
I
That
don't do.
shouldn't
I
be
have
included.
friends.
We
Uh-uh.
all brothers
My
and
kind of
sisters. We
friends.
be over
We
there.
honestly we talk every blue moon.
Yeah.
And when we do talk, it's like
Yeah.
we catch up on like old girlfriend stuff.
Mhm.
When we come together, it's like we ain't never been apart.
Yeah.
But we don't spend a whole lot of time. I guess because we all have a lot going on as
Mhm.
well. So
Right.
it just depends on the scenario or your lifestyle of what you do, or what you entertain.
Mhm.
Um, so I would say that, it's not that you can't or you having issues in your marriage
Mhm.
or you're not having issues. It's your preference.
Mhm.
My husband and my preference is we're each other's best friend. That's number one.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I
Hey,
just
there will never be a woman that's
Mhm.
my husband's best friend.
Got you.
But that's
But
my
you guys
thing.
are in
That's my
agreement.
thing. I
You
don't
guys are
knock the
on the same
next,
page. Yeah.
Mhm.
but we want to shun any appearance of evil. We definitely don't want to welcome the enemy in no place.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, but
that he wasn't invited.
a man
What-
can have a best friend. You can't develop a new female best friend, but shit. I was the best woman at my man's and them wedding. Like
Mhm.
I
Okay.
came with him.
Yeah, that's different.
So
Yeah.
this is the
You
But
was
thing.
you
already
don't try to be the better friend than the wife, though.
Yeah, and see, this is the thing. I'm not one of those women to say
Right.
that you can't have female friends, because I have male friends, and I don't want my man telling me I can't have male friends. But I think as you get in relationship, or definitely marriage, that things kind of settle into what they settle into. You know what I mean? And so I'm just saying, for me personally, I've just never been that type of person that other people are at my house all the time, hanging out every weekend. No, because it's me and it's me and my husband. You know what I mean? And then we socialize, whatever. But every weekend we planning stuff with other people.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be there all weekend, but we be over there.
I get what. So I have friends from when I was in kindergarten, daycare. We're still friends. Like Don said, where there's a situation where she may be over and the friend may have to go to work and she's still there. In certain situations, I'm not that uncomfortable to where it's like, well, I got to go to work, so you got to go.
Yeah,
like no, because even if my sister is here, like my friends are like my sister. So if my sister is here and I have to go somewhere, I don't have that like, you're gonna have to ride with me, girl. Right. I'm not that. I'm not that.
You're not at my house. You just can't come to my house. If I just cannot. If it's something in my mind, you don't belong in my energy, in my house. Like, you can't come over here.
Right.
If I can't go pee without me saying that, stay on that side of the room now.
But see, there's a difference between going to go use the bathroom and leaving for work. I feel like for Latanya, I think it's great. Like I don't have that. So I mean, I have friends that I've known since elementary school and friends that I've known since high school, but we're not close like that. Like, they're not here. They're not coming to my house. But I feel like if you I mean, and you have that understanding with your friends, but I feel like in that situation, like if I'm leaving to work, I shouldn't have to tell you it's time for you to go.
Right.
You should be ready to ride out. Like, why do you need to stay here with my husband? Why? Why would you want there to plant any seed of doubt? If anything were to ever come up miscommunicated, why allow that to be there?
When I said that part, we were all visiting LA. I live in Chicago. Yeah. And it was, we all brother and sister. So when I say this, they've been married 20 years. We all been friends for 25 years. Like, I'm not just with
that's different. I'm not
straight up understanding. We all talk to each other as grown-ups. And it's not a matter of this Misty said no woman should be that comfortable or given that much comfort to be around your husband all the time with or without your presence.
I agree with that. I think you're giving place to something that
because I mean, what if
you can be blindsided if
so
you don't
check this out though. Now, what if your gay friend? Now, what if the man was over there? It's a guy. You just assuming it's all buddy, but now they homo. Now what? What are we gonna do now?
Either way,
it don't matter.
Either way,
it don't matter.
This boy, I wasn't expecting that.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, no, and I'm not. It's because I have my best friend I've had since I was 11 years old. I was her maid of honor in their wedding, which was in the 90s. They've been married 20 something years. I'm saying that for me, even we just had a recent conversation where we had to do something. She was like, "Oh, it's under my husband's cell phone number," and I'm like, "Well, I don't have his cell phone number." Now, I just said I've been knowing him for 20 plus years.
Right.
I do not have his cell phone number, and she was like, "Oh, I thought you." No, I don't. I don't need his. What do I need his number?
Exactly.
I don't need his number. Like, I'm just saying that. So, it's cool, but I'm saying that I get it. I'm saying that to say I have long-term friendships as well, but that's just what it is on this end,
And when I leave out and go to work, everything leaves out.
I'm not
even a kid.
Nothing, to each his own, but
I
just been raised
you
like
your
that.
Friend to another state.
I'm sorry.
Are you gonna go make her stay at the Starbucks? You're gonna go do 3 hours at work.
No, just
let
like
do what? Go to the hotel.
just like Asia said, you should just automatically know. I've never had to have this conversation like with a friend or a sister, or it's just our environment. It's like, oh, I'm finna go to work. See, I've been born around cues. We all know the cue. Like, oh, they sleepy, let's go. Or, you just get that cue. When you get that cue, I know the cue. I know the cue. I can be over my blood sister house. And she say, "Whew, it's getting late." I'm like, "Oh, come on, y'all. It's about the cue, So I've never literally had to put anybody out ever. I've never, because we just know. And my friend, my circle is small. I have a lot of sisters, but you just got that core, and they just know. They just know. And I don't knock the necks. Like, my best friend is on here now. That's her.
I don't know what
She
that means.
just know. She like, sis, you ain't gonna leave me here with brother. No, I'm gone. Because it's just automatic. It's automatic.
That's
and,
it.
It's a lot of times you just gotta use that weird stuff.
So I think that there's different situations. I think that like some people are saying they've known people for 25 years. And I think it may be different if people knew each other before they got married. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, like that was your friend.
That is
different. We're all friends. You may have a different understanding. You may already have those inset understandings and agreements and boundaries that you don't have to speak because you guys know each other. I don't know that the person who wrote this is necessarily talking about that. But they could be. They might be. But I think if there's a question, they don't. What were you saying, Don?
I said, that maybe that person, but this person right here.
Yep. So each is
old. So
it sounds like you're saying you were staying with your friends out you were actually staying with them. Is that what you're saying? You were actually staying with them? Dawn?
You were breaking up.
Yeah, Don
says, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying, you were actually staying with your friends out in California?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I was visiting California.
Yeah, okay, so
3 months
that's a
ago.
different thing. If you're staying at their home, like you're actually staying there, then obviously you're not
saying. You're like, you're cute. Like, you're cute to get the fuck up out of there. I'm like,
that's what I've been. That's what I've been feeling like double dutch.
Yeah, if you're staying with them, that's a different thing.
Staying at their house.
Staying with them, staying at their home. They're hosting you. No, we're not talking about that. We're not talking
you're
about
from out of
because
town,
you said they invited you.
Right.
No. So I understood.
Now that's a different. That's a different.
I understood what Don was saying. So I'm sitting here like double dutch. I'm
trying to jump in.
So, and I was just gonna say, I understand from all perspectives. I understand from Don's perspective, from being a female with lots of male friends, or she knows that she won't cross boundaries when it comes to someone else and their husband. And we're speaking from like a wife perspective, like, nah, it's a no. So I see where
and me too. When I lived in Japan, my cousin would come visit us, female. If I had to run and go with my kids, or getting her up out of the bed, like I was told, I would if I wasn't going to be comfortable with it, I would not invite her into her house with me and my husband.
Right.
That's it. That's all. If I'm have a question where she got to get up and come with me at 7 a.m., 6 a.m., where I'm dropping my kids off because my husband is there, I would never invite her into my home. And
some stuff you just can't get around, like something like that. I totally agree. Just you in the bed, you sleep wee hours in the morning. Come on now, you don't drag.
I'm just saying, she wouldn't have been there because some women. You're right. Yeah. It's a particular person that would violate a friendship.
Yeah, and that's the person you don't invite to stay.
And that's the person. Exactly. Like you guys said, we have a small group of women that I rock. They my sisters there. It's been hella years.
Yeah.
And y'all won't see him again if something like this happens.
Ooh,
We all gonna risk it all. We's going down.
And I agree. You know, you just got to use that discernment. Like you said, if they at your house, you know, evidently you have to trust them that way, especially spending the night and things of that nature. So that requires a level of trust.
Okay, so I want to try and get It Happened in Soul Food, the movie. Oh, the cousin.
With the cousin.
Oh,
With
that
the cousin.
Cousins.
Yeah.
Yes, Lord.
They F my husband.
The Bible tells us the Bible tells us don't give space to the devil.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to try and get
That was deep.
Dawn and Maisha a turn. So I'm gonna Dawn.
Oh shoot, I don't know. What do you think would be quicker? Personal truth?
Personal truth, probably definitely not a scenario.
Or a
And
question.
maybe not a question, because that was a question we just
Yeah.
All right, so what do you want, Dawn?
What did I just say?
Personal truth?
Yeah.
Personal, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Gail.
Uh-oh.
I'm looking at the comments.
You ladies are also lovely. Can you share your beauty secrets or daily skin care regimen, please? Is that gonna be quick?
Yeah, because I wash my face and I use great moisturizer, a serum and then a moisturizer on top, and that's it.
What do you wash your face with?
Whatever. Okay, so like twice a week I do put on this coconut scrub on that brush that
Yeah, I just bought one of those.
I do that twice a week, and I don't even know who it's by. I found it at Ulta, whatever the name of that store is.
Ultra, yeah.
ULTA.
Yeah, the beauty supply store.
Beauty. And then I do this Estee Lauder serum. It's like a serum. And then I do a night moisturizer every day. Like, you know, if you have a nighttime moisturizer, I use it in the morning because I just like a nice moisturized face.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then when you put your makeup on, it's minimum makeup. And I don't sometimes a lot.
Hey, Sister Gail.
I don't even wear makeup. So
that's my member said that she likes Dawn.
Oh, okay. All right. So anybody else want to share their
Well, that question was for the
secret,
right person because
the best beauty secret is when you could take off the mask, take off the mask.
What's that?
Because
makeup?
the mask, the face mask.
Oh,
okay.
Because it makes you break out.
Definitely.
Oh, I don't put those. That's too much girly. So
wait, what? So you're saying don't leave it on too long? Is that what you mean?
Whenever
I mean, for me personally, whenever you can take the mask off, like the face mask, when you're out, like once you're in the car, take it off.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My people loving you, Dawn.
That ain't no makeup, girl. That's don't let me wipe my brows though. Them gonna be missing.
Don't do it. Don't do it for them. Don't do it for them.
Maisha, do you have any beauty secrets?
Yeah, you know, I've gotten lazier as I've gotten older, to be honest with you. I used to be a little bit more I have really oily skin, so I can't skip like at least 2 washes a day, but I try to keep it pretty natural. Especially at night, the Dr. Bronner's liquid soap, I use that. Okay. I may take if I have foundation on, I use coconut oil to take it off. I make a toner out of apple cider vinegar and tea tree oil with you know,
I'm thinking about the smell of it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's strong. It's strong. But I put some lavender in there. I put some essential oils in there, you know, and then water, but it's just a little bit. And that helps with the oiliness, and aloe vera gel is good also that I use.
My daughter just
You're gonna be shining. You're gonna be shining.
Yeah. I use aloe vera gel.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter does too. At least she just told me she does. Yeah.
I'm pretty simple. I'm actually taking notes from the ladies because I'm very simple. Like,
me too.
Wash this off with, I don't know if you guys ever heard of shashika. Shashika products. She's
Mm-mm.
a black young lady. Oh my God, her products are the bomb, and they're all natural. So I use her facial soap with that thing Don was talking about that goes across the
I
face.
need to get one of
I
those.
use
Me
that.
too.
Oh, it's amazing. I
I
live for
use
that.
that. I love that actually. It's like therapy. But I take that off and wash my face, and that's pretty much it. I use a little facial moisturizer.
Mhm.
I don't have a preference. You know, I try different things.
Yeah.
So yeah, very simple.
Okay. Cool. I wash my face with warm water and sometimes a Dove bar. Right now I have this Neutrogena stuff, but I just use it like a couple of times a week because it feels like it has menthol in it or something.
Yeah, it dry your skin out.
Mhm.
Yeah. So but I tone with witch hazel every day,
Mhm.
and
That's
then I
Okay.
use coconut oil and cocoa butter to moisturize my skin. I just
Yeah.
want something
Okay,
that's
nice
light.
skin.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I honestly think because I'm like Maisha, I've gotten a lot lazier. I feel like I look older when I wear makeup, but I mean I spent
Yeah.
so many years drinking a lot of water, and I
Mhm.
need to get back to that. I honestly think 40 years, 45 years of drinking a whole lot of water is really what did it. I really don't know if the products that I use are that. So before I start looking too old too fast, I need to get back to drinking all that water.
Yeah. And sleep. That's well, I'm saying that's where I'm thumbs down on the sleep. Like I'm not getting enough rest, and I can tell. I can tell the difference. So that's another tip, ladies. Get that rest,
Yeah,
get that beauty
rest.
sleep in, because
That's
I
true.
can tell.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get that rest.
Well, thank you for sharing. Maisha, do you want to have time for something, a personal truth, a question, a scenario?
Okay. You pick whatever is quickest. Because I don't know.
So they're really tiny on my screen. I can't see what it is, but I'll pick a
Okay.
personal truth. Sometimes I don't know if a personal truth is gonna. But anyway,
Okay.
okay, we'll do a personal truth.
Okay.
All right. Oh, I don't know if that was a good one. Okay. What's something that happened on your wedding day or during the planning process that you can't get over?
Ooh.
Latanya already resting her head in her hand.
The first thing that popped in my mind, I am not going to say. But that's I'm gonna have to pass on that one. I'm sorry. It's
It's called personal truth. You can't share the truth.
Oh,
It's okay. I'm not gonna force you. I don't want
let's
to.
just say the wedding night. The wedding night was interesting.
Okay. All right. On that note,
Do tell.
Latanya,
The whole
I
night.
don't even know if I want to know. We'll talk after. Anybody else have something that happened? Wait, what did it say? During on your wedding day or during the planning process that
Yes.
you can never
I'll
forget?
share. I
Go
paid
ahead.
for 2 sets of dresses. The first set of dresses that we got, the guy made them, completely jacked them up. He gave me a refund. The
Okay.
guy who like bedazzled and altered my dress, I paid him for a second set of dresses. I got married on May 25th. It was like May 16th. He still did not come up with the dresses. I had to go to David's Bridal and buy all new dresses all over again. And to this day, I
Oh my
still have
God.
not received my money. And I paid him for jewelry that I did not receive.
What?
Did you take him to court?
You're right.
I didn't. I mean, when you think about court costs and what I paid, it's just like,
Where's
Judge
getting
Mathis is
your
free.
money back, girl? Yeah. Make them
Please
pay
tell
your
me he
court
wasn't
costs.
black. Please say he wasn't black.
yes, he was black.
Oh
Oh
my.
no, that's not good.
Wow. I hate to say it, but
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes,
wow.
yes.
Sorry you went through that. Well, my mom was 2 hours late.
Wow.
She came in with the attitude. She gave my husband a red velvet cake and walked away from me. Like, come to find out, she wanted me to stay the night at her house and not
Oh,
my best friend's house.
Oh,
Did
you
she
mean
tell
the
you?
night before?
The
you
night
were-
before. She wanted me to.
Oh.
She wanted to spend that night. There go my friend.
So,
She
but
was there. She
did
was
your
the
mom tell
coordinator.
you though
She
that she?
wanted to stay. I found out years after I've been
Oh
married.
wow.
Next year will be our 20th year.
Oh.
As Don say, you know, long, them long,
Mary.
been married long.
Very married.
20 years for us next year.
Oh, nice.
But she
Congratulations.
did not. She was over 2 hours late. And when she did get there, she didn't even look my way. And I found out why. She had a little tube. She wouldn't take pictures. I think she's in like one picture.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's like in one.
my
And I'm like,
God.
one of my pictures, I get upset. So my husband like, what you looking like that for? I said, that's what mama talking about. She ain't gonna take the pictures.
Oh no. I am so
So
sorry.
it
I guess
it was a lot going. I didn't know her feelings were hurt because I didn't spend that last day single over there with her.
Oh wow.
And she never said a word to me about it.
Wow.
Wow.
That is a unique story. I have not heard that
Very
before.
unique.
Yes. And it's
Oh, man.
forever captured that she's not
Right.
in these pictures.
Not in the
And-
picture.
Yes.
Oh
I think we
man.
caught her peeking around somebody, like when I was coming out, coming down the aisle. She was like peeking around. That's it. That's the
Oh,
only picture
wow.
we have of her
oh,
at the
Wow.
wedding. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow. All I can say is wow.
yeah.
Dawn,
But I
did
told
you
my
have
husband
any?
she liked you that day.
Gave
She
him
bought
a
you
red
a little
velvet
cake.
Wow. Mm-mm. Dawn, did you have anything that happened at your wedding or in the planning
Yeah,
process?
the wedding. No, I was just playing. No, I mean it went smooth because we were already married. We eloped. So wait, this is one thing that happened. The DJ was 2 hours late, and we had to play music from my homeboy's iPod. And the DJ was like, "Oh, well, the flyer that P had." I'm like, because what happened is we had a whole reception and a vows, and then we invited other people too for after the dinner. So instead of him reading what I sent him, DJ, he read what one of his boys had that I invited also, but for afterwards. And he was about to show up after the whole wedding because he was looking at homeboy's invitation.
Oh wow.
But it wasn't major because we kicked it, but it made my wedding late, which I said I wouldn't do, but it don't even matter because it's over anyway.
I'm trying to remember what I was going to say. So I'm just going to focus on the second wedding. The first wedding, I think I was my husband at that time. Well, it was a renewal of vows, so it wasn't really our wedding. But he decided to do the music himself, like at the wedding. He's like, I'll just be the DJ. It was okay. Anyway, but my second one, what I can't get over is that I spent months with my bridesmaids, choreographing and learning a dance for my husband that we did at the wedding that is not captured on video.
What? Why? They messed up the.
So what we found out was because we did the dance to Love on Top by Beyonce, and that took a lot of practice because we were old at the time and we couldn't move like we thought we could move. So it took a lot of practice. But anyway, the photographer, because it was a destination wedding, they had this rule that the music had to be their music. So even our wedding that they did record, they put music over it. So when I got the video back from the reception where we did the dance, it's like in all these pieces and it's silent.
Wow.
Yeah, I was so heartbroken. I'm like,
so wait, is the dance recorded though?
If I find someone to put it together, it is so many pieces.
That's in pieces. Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's like they have it in all these pieces because they had to extract the music from it and they had to make it available in case they wanted to create a video from it. Like I paid extra money. That wasn't the video that they made for us and that we purchased. So I had to go back and purchase like all these pieces of the video just to have any glimpse of it. Yeah, it was.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
I was
horrible.
like, wow. And then I'm on because I had a group on Facebook, And I'm like, did anybody get that on their phone? Everybody was just watching.
Oh,
Nobody
wow.
recorded it. Yeah. So I just
We
don't.
swagged and surf. They got it.
Huh?
Wow.
We did the swag and surf. They got it. A lot of people like had
I
their
want to
foot
see it.
out the whole time. I'll show you. And this the last thing I know we got to close out. And the guy was supposed to make my veil, so I had to go and buy a veil the morning of the wedding.
Oh
my
no.
God.
Yo,
You had so many bloopers.
but
Oh,
Judge
yeah.
Mathis. Judge
It's a good thing you ended up with a good man, huh? Canceled all of those.
Yeah.
how many years have you been married?
It will be 3 in May.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So the
special
fifth,
relationship
you got.
is
Let's
real
redo
good.
this on the fifth. Let's make it right.
It was right. Everything was right. I'm grateful to be able to have been able to just repurchase everything.
Your
But
pictures were beautiful.
thank you.
Well, it all worked out.
I
It's
would
a
never have known.
backstory to it. So.
Yeah, I see. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
All right, ladies. Well, that is our evening. Sit tight. Don't go anywhere. Let me close
Oh,
out.
Misty shared a story too.
What? Misty said her.
Oh
They
my
forgot to
goodness.
open the doors of the church.
Somebody
Oh
else.
no, in the
In the
rain.
Rain.
Oh
In
my
the
Lord,
rain.
Lord.
No.
Poor
Oh
thing.
man. Well, we
Poor
got rained
thing.
on, the entire all of us. But it was, it was on the beach, so we were okay.
Right.
We were like,
Wow.
okay,
Oh,
cool. Wow, I
wow.
am so that's
That's
terrible. I'm
deep. This
sorry.
is a deep conversation.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Never get married again. No, I'm just playing. Joke.
Done.
Yeah. All right, hold tight. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Candid Conversation and especially joining in the conversation with Girl Talk. Thank you for checking out our boss chick, Miss Felicia White. And be sure to grab her book. And we're going to have her back so she can talk about her second book. And then don't forget to support her Ruby's restaurant, which I know that she has vegetarian options. So I'm going to be trying that out as well. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I want you to know and embrace true love because you're worth it. Have a blessed evening and good night.